Okay, my name is Dylan Shearsby. I'm a storyboard artist working in film and TV, and today I'm going to be drawing a frame from the classic action movie Heat. I'll explain in another video why I'm doing this. This is kind of a test. This is my first go at recording one of these. So I'm just going to jump in and I'll talk you through my process as I go. So here I've got a little drawing template up, and yeah, I'm just going to start roughing this shot in. This is a bit of a funny one because it's like a bit of a confusing shot because it's just showing this security guard walking from right to left. It's actually a POV shot from De Niro's character. And yeah, it's sort of part of a bigger whole. So on its own, it looks a little like a weird choice to do a drawing from, but yeah, as I say, it's part of a bigger project that I'm doing. Drawn him a little bit too big, I think, so I'm gonna make it a bit smaller. Bring it up a bit. It's the only thing with drawing from screen grabs is that you've got to sort of spend a bit longer getting the composition right if you want it to match the screen grab, whereas if I was actually just drawing a storyboard frame for a film that I was working on, obviously I can just follow my instinct with the composition. All right, these are just roughs to get everything positioned. That's roughly him. There's like a woman crossing, deep foreground, blurry. You can barely see her, so I'm just gonna have to like draw her real rough. Her face roughly takes up this space, and that's her shoulder, kind of her neck here, something like that. He's crossing this way, she's crossing that way. And in the background, we've just got, I don't know actually what this is. I think it's just the edge of some furniture, like a desk divider, cubicle divider type thing. And then we've got, I don't know, like a picture frame or something here. All right. In the background, in the actual frame, there's like a guy on the phone over here. I'm going to change that slightly so that my storyboard frame doesn't look kind of crappy, and sort of bring him in a bit so that he's not actually clipping on the edge of the frame. Maybe I'll bring his head forward a bit, have his hand here, and he's holding the phone like so. Eye line like that. Yeah, I think that works a bit better than having him actually sticking to the, the right side of the frame. That's not really a good idea artistically. Alright, now I'm sort of getting lost in detail when I should just get to the final drawing. Alright, that's the rough. I'm going to lower that in opacity and switch to a black pencil tool here and start drawing this main security guard. Always try to start with the focal point of the frame. This is the part that you're assuming or hoping or engineering for the audience to focus on, this guy's face. So it's really the only part that has to be drawn, or kind of with a bit of care. But at the same time, these are storyboards and I want them to look kind of loose and sketchy. I don't want them to look like I've spent ages on them. So, because as a storyboard artist, you do not spend ages on drawings, you draw fast. Bit of mustache and beard here. Bit of mid-90s fashion. I'm making him look a bit too smiley. Turn the edge of that mouth down a bit. Alright, his chin. And ear position up here. Just get the overall shape in first. And this is a little slower than if I was drawing storyboards for a film that I was working on, because once again I wouldn't be constantly looking over at the reference, I would just be drawing straight out of my head. So I'd be able to go a bit faster than this, but here I'm, trying to not get it to match, but just get some little bit of likeness and all that. Alright, a few more kind of details on the face here to just get it working. You can see a bit of an eyelash in the distant eye there, and a bit of eyelid. Got that bit of shadow under there. I think at this point I should move on. And you can see I'm not sort of tracing my rough or anything. That's a rough. So as I draw now, I'm trying to get the shape of things a little bit more accurate. Now here I really don't want to get tied up in trying to make things look perfect. I want to let myself be able to draw fairly loosely. I want to still look like a storyboard, not like a finished illustration. Little shoulder police badge thing here. I mean, this is not police, security. Maybe it is police, I don't know, I can't actually read the badge. My screen grabs are from a fairly low resolution rip of the film. I mean, legitimate source of the film. I feel like my attempted policey badge thing here looks a bit more like a happy sun than a security or police badge. Oh well. Just erase some of those out. I think we get the idea. Oh, now I've got the real shield here on the front, but it's kind of blurry. You can't really see it, so I'm not going to spend long on it. Pocket. All right, that's about it for him. Because this is our focal point, I'm going to spend a bit more time on getting the sort of the darks and the blacks done right here, because I want to draw the viewer's eye obviously to this guy and not the foreground woman or the background guy. So getting some good strong darks kind of helps with that. All right. He looks a bit too smirky now. All right, that's got his expression looking a bit more natural. Okay, and just a few more face lines to sort of bring him to life. Okay, I think that's fine for him. Do a bit of background stuff now. Really don't need anything fancy here, just whack in a few lines. I don't even know what this thing is, it looks like some sort of board. And then there's the desk divider thing behind it. Doesn't really matter. I don't use rulers much when I storyboard, I just kind of try to do everything by hand. So sometimes when I draw straight lines or attempt to draw straight lines, I've got to do it a few times. Some sort of framed, I don't know, certificate or something here. I don't know what this is. Doesn't really matter. I might even blur this background out, motion blur it later, and just keep him sharp so that that's the only thing we can really look closely at. Bit of writing on this, which I'll just whack in like so. Just hint at it. All right, now we've got this background guy here on the phone. I really don't want to spend long on him. That will do. Certainly not going for likeness here from the reference. I just need to draw a dude back here on the phone. He doesn't even, you can't actually even see his ear or anything on the actual screen grab. I'm just making him smaller so that he's not clipping the right side of the frame. You know, in the actual film, I think this is a panning or sort of a tracking or panning shot going with this security character. And I'm just capturing one moment of that shot here. Some fingers. He's on an old-timey landline phone. I remember those. Grew up talking to my friends on those. That's how old I am. All right. He can just have more of a hatched hair so that he's not distracting us too much. Phone is black. I'll probably blur him out when I do a bit of toning. I'm going to turn off that stuff for a second and do I draw her? All right, I guess I'll draw her. I'm just going to draw this woman real quick. It's just kind of like this sort of 3/4 behind her face here to make her not distracting. So once again, this isn't really in the actual reference, but I'm just going to make it up. We just need a hint of a woman's face, something like this. Luckily, I've drawn faces from this angle many, many times. Oh, don't know what that line was. I try not to use the undo key too much. It's a bad habit to get into with digital drawing. Okay, I think that'll almost do for her. Got a bit of blacks in her hair. I'm drawing her really loosely because she's going to get blurred. Motion blurred, so we just need that hint. Okay, I can bring that back in now. Now we can turn off the rough layer. I'm not going to erase out that background stuff because when she gets blurred, that could mess with that. So instead, she'll just get filled and then blurred. All right. I think that might be about it. Draw some vague background lines in here just to indicate some stuff. And that's it. And I'm going to start toning this. As far as light source, it's kind of funny. I think we're going to have the light sort of in the middle and then get darker towards both sides of the frame. Once again, just as a way of drawing our eye to this guy. Something like that, roughly. A bit more darkness in the background here. Yeah, I think that's kind of good. A bit more darkness on this board thing behind him. All right. I really don't want to get caught up in all this framed stuff and whatever here, but I also don't want to leave it looking too distractingly messy or anything. I think that'll work. As it is, quickly do this guy in the background here. Keep him fairly dark just to push him back. Alright, now with him and with this layer, I should be able to group all of that. Actually, I don't like leaving him completely flat like that. I'm just going to slightly tone him a bit, just a bit of something like that. Yeah, something like that, that'll do. You can group all this background stuff and blur it. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's tone our main guy. All right, it's him filled. A bit of softer brush stuff first. Light kind of coming down on him, so he's got sort of shadows under his eyebrows like so. Bit of shadow under the jaw here. Don't want to use soft brushes too long though with digital stuff, otherwise it looks really naff and kind of amateur. You want to commit to some harder edged brushes. Also don't want to spend too long on this. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. His uniform is quite a bit lighter. So let's go something like that. Just to make him stand out, just like really highlight the edge here. Highlight the edge at the front as well. Make his little badge here shine a bit, and then maybe some highlights on top just to indicate this metal badge. And this shoulder patch. Okay. Couple of little shadows in here. All right, I think that's good for him. We've just got our foreground lady to go now, and she can be done with a fairly soft brush, keeping it fairly dark. She's just a passing figure in the foreground. I'm going to actually join her to her ink layer now and then just paint over the top of that. Let's grab this ribbony brush. And a dark brush for some of this back stuff. All right, that's her. I'm gonna just blur her now. She can be both motion blurred a decent amount. Actually, no, that's all we need. I was going to do the other blur as well, but I think that's all we need. And I think that might be it. His minor thing that's just bugging me slightly, his hair looks like it's kind of thinning a bit too much up here. Just fleshing it out a bit. All right. A little bit of lightness to his eyeball there. And fix up some of this ear stuff a little. All right. And I'll check this in a minute, but for now, I think we're tracking with him and he's moving, so I'm going to put in a bit of an arrow here just to indicate that. Okay, and then I might write on that track. Okay, I think that's about it. If we want to get fancy, which we really don't need to, we could grab a lighter brush and kind of just whack that in there. just to give a slightly stronger sense of light and keep the focus on him. That might be too much, but yeah, I think that's better. All right, pop on my little filter here, and that's it. That's another heat frame down. This is my first go at recording one of these. I hope it was interesting. I might keep doing these. It's kind of part of a whole project that I'm doing as my daily drawing practice. So yeah, I'll keep recording these and put them up, and yeah, let me know if you enjoy watching this kind of stuff. Okay, cheers.